What's new YouTube? C0L3 here, aka Cole, back with a brand new video. And today, as y'all can tell by the title, today we're gonna be discussing why it's okay to make mistakes. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe down below, join the movement, and without further ado, let's get into it. So I got my notebook right here, y'all. I'm gonna be looking down at the talking points that I want to go over. And my first point for the day is no one is perfect. So that's why it's okay to make mistakes. People make mistakes all the time, man. People make errors. I make mistakes, dude. I've made so many mistakes throughout my life. And, those mistakes, I've realized, like, I kind of let those linger in my head. I'm like, dang, I could have did this better. I could have did this better. I should have did this. I should have did that. But in reality, man, when you make those mistakes, you were supposed to make those mistakes. Because not only did that help you become a better person, but it helped. It might have showed you something, dude. Like, it might have showed you, okay, like, back then I did this, so going forward, I want to move like this from now on. Or, you know what I'm saying? It gives you an opportunity to, and that's my last point, so I'm not going to get into it, but it does give you an opportunity to grow and to expand and to learn, from that mistake. You know what I'm saying? So, it's okay to make mistakes, but it's not okay to keep making the same mistake over and over again. As long as you learn from the mistake, then that's the ultimate lesson. That's the ultimate purpose of a mistake, is just to learn from. Because all a mistake is just a misstep or a misjudge, and something that you thought. You get what I'm saying? That's all a mistake is. So, I've made so many mistakes. I've made mistakes in, relationships. I've made mistakes in business. I've made mistakes in life. You get what I'm saying? We're going to go over all that later on. But, no one's perfect, man. We all human. We all going to make mistakes. We all bleed. We all, take a number 2 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So mistakes is just going to happen, man. That's just part of life. So can't be afraid to make them, right? Can't be afraid, because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. There was only one person that didn't make a mistake, and that was Jesus Christ. And unfortunately, from him being perfect, the world didn't like that, and they crucified him for that. So I don't know what religion y'all study, but Jesus Christ was the only human in mankind to be perfect. So, and he died for his sins because he knew that we was going to make mistakes throughout life, man. So, hey, dude, you made a mistake today. Jesus died for it. You know what I'm saying? You give it up to him, and you'll be all right the next day. You get me? So, my second talking point here is, don't be so hard on yourself, man. Like, man, life ain't supposed to be taken. You want to take your life serious, but it ain't supposed to be taken so serious, dude. Like, because at the end of the day, bro, we all leaving here. We all got expiration date. We all got that time. We don't know when it is, but it's coming. So each day, every day we get one closer to that time period, whenever it is, right? And, that's a scary thing to think of. But, let's just that also puts a fire on you to, make something out of your lives, man. But not be so hard on yourself when you don't, you know what I'm saying? Just keep trying things. Like I said in the last video that I made, lessons I learned from starting a business. Just keep trying things. Don't be so hard on yourself, give yourself grace. And, celebrate your wins, man. You got to learn how to celebrate your wins, because who's going to celebrate them for you? Sometimes, people are going to celebrate your wins, when you broadcast them out into the world, into social media. But the best way to celebrate your wins is in silence, by yourself, and just knowing that, okay, I don't need the public's validation. I don't need the public to know that, I won today. I don't need the public to know that I did 100 push-ups today. I drank water. I made a video. I went to the gym. And I uploaded 3 videos, and I did my assignments. Like, I don't need to broadcast that to the world, man, for validation. I want to keep that internally. That's for me. That's my celebration. Those are my wins. You know what I'm saying? Be selfish with your wins, man. Like, every now and then, it's cool to post a win here and there, but, bro, just be selfish with those, man. Like, be selfish with your wins, man, because those are your wins, not everybody else's wins. You get what I'm saying? Because then people try to leech on to those wins, and they try to jump aboard. They try to jump ship. Oh, they see you winning. Now they want to be your friend. You get what I'm saying? Or now they want you to teach them something, or Now they want you. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, just be mindful of that. Don't be so hard on yourself. Celebrate yourself each and every day. And that's why I recommend you getting a journal. I made a video on that as well. I recommend y'all check that out. This is a great way to celebrate your wins, man. Write down things that you've accomplished. And write down things that you plan to accomplish. Manifestation. You know what I'm saying? Those are all very powerful tools that you want to have in your book bag, that you want to have in your arsenal, and that you want to be able to just pull out anytime. Boom. Like, boom. I can write down some, things that I'm thankful for. You know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that, man. You always want to have those tools in your toolbox. But my next point here is mistakes build character, right? Mistakes build character, man. Hey, man. And specifically, I have this example. So not too long ago, it was a snowstorm, a pretty bad snowstorm, right? And I had came back from this girl's room, where I went to go see my girl. I came back. It was probably like 1, 2 in the morning, and it was supposed to snow the next day. So I come back. There's no parking spots in the complex I live at, right? There's no parking spots. So I'm like, dang, like where am I gonna park? So I'm like, all right, I seen people parking in, the fire lanes and stuff like that, and, illegally parking, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just park here for the night. And then once I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna go out and move my car, right? So, and mind you, it was a couple people that did this. I wasn't the only one that did this, right? It was a couple people that was illegally parked, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just do it for the night. And then once I wake up, I'm gonna move the car. I go in, I go to sleep, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, dude, I'm about to get towed. I really hope I don't get towed, right? But I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna get towed. I'm gonna move it as soon as I get up. I go to sleep, right? I wake up the first time. And the first time I woke up, it was probably like 6 or 7. I just went outside to make sure I didn't get towed, right? I go out there, I'm like, I didn't get towed. I'm like, all right, cool. Now, I should have moved the car right then and there, right? But I decided to go back to sleep. And the next time I woke up was when the tow truck was out there. So now I've noticed that, and I'm like, oh snap, he's towing my car. So I run outside. They towing my car. He got it on the hooks already. So once it's on the hooks, dude, it's done. You get what I'm saying? Once your car is on the hooks, it's gone. You feel me? So you got to figure it. Mind you, I said it was a snowstorm, right? So it's all this snow on the ground, snowing. It's like a blizzard thing there, right? And he's towing my car, and I try to, talk to him like, yo, man, like, nah, I didn't have no parking spots, and he wasn't going for none of that. He said, nah, man, I'm not arguing with you. Your car is being towed, and you got to come by it. You got to come get it back. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, but, right? So now I'm freaking out. Like, my car towed. It's a snowstorm. Like, dude, like, where am I going? And I'm asking him for the price. He telling me it's $375, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang. So then I gotta go. So I ain't have no car, and you know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna ask nobody to come grab me. So I had to walk in the snow to the nearest gas station, the nearest ATM, to go get some money. So I'm walking in the snow. It's cold. It's coming down really hard. I'm walking. I get the money. I walk back. So now I need to, have somebody to take me to the tow area, right? So I call this Uber up. Get the Uber driver. He was cool. We talked about school. We talked about, just some things that he wanted to partake in and stuff like that. And, mind you, throughout this whole experience, I tried to be, because this sucked. I was mad, right? I was mad, and, I had some personal issues that was going on too. So this was kind of like this icing on the cake, kind of. And I was really upset. I was really mad. And what happened was, I ended up getting my car back. But, you know what I'm saying, that was a mistake. You see how that mistake led into, a grocery list of outcomes and scenarios? You get what I'm saying? That one mistake led to all these different outcomes and scenarios, right? So I say all that today is that built my character up, because it showed me that, when something doesn't go my way, I'm okay. Like, I'm all right. Like, I can survive, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know how to use my brain to know how to, okay, I can walk to the nearest joint. Like, I can do that, something's taken away from me, okay, I'll just walk, Or, okay, now I just got to call an Uber to get the person. Okay, I got to go to the ATM, get this money, you know. And that's important too, because, you know, if I didn't save money, or, you get what I'm saying, if I didn't work for any money, I might not have had 375 just off rip to give him. But luckily, you know, I'm smart. I save my money. I try to, you know what I'm saying, pay myself whenever I get paid. And you know, I went and, you know, took out 375, and I was able to go get my car, and then pay for Uber on top of that. 375, then pay for the Uber, then go get my car in a snowstorm. You get what I'm saying? So that just built my character. That just made me stronger. Like, when stuff like that, when you go through adverse times or adverse situations, it's only gonna make you stronger. I promise you. Like, you gotta look at it as like, yes, like, this is good. Like, I need some character development. Like, I need some, you feel me? I need some grit. I need some, what do you call it? Just some grit, man, into you. Like, you want to have, you don't want to have those, you don't really want to go through those experiences, but sometimes the craziest experiences, or not even the craziest experiences, but, you know, the low points in life are probably like the greatest lessons. And your high points in life are probably maybe your lowest lessons. You get what I'm saying? So them low points, man, you learn a lot about yourself. You get what I'm saying? When you low and, you know, you don't have enough. You know, I remember it was times where, and I say this, you know, sparingly, because if you guys don't know my background, I do live I am originally from Philly, but I moved from Philly, and that was 10 years ago. I'm not gonna get into all that, my upbringing and all that, but just know that, you know, it wasn't tragic. It wasn't struggle. I will say that. It wasn't struggle, it wasn't tragic, but, you know, there was times where, you know, especially in college, where I had $200 to my name, and that was it. You know, I had to make it work, and I had a girlfriend. Like, you get what I'm saying? So stuff like that, man, it just builds your character up. You know, I had to work hard, you know what I'm saying? I had no choice at that point, because it's like, dude, like, you got a girl, only got $200 to your name. What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man. But my next point here is, you can always try again. So when you make a mistake, you can always try again. And, you know, I made mistakes throughout relationships. This is probably, I'll use this example for this point. You know, throughout my relationship, you know, excuse me, I had got into a relationship my freshman year in college, and you're probably thinking, why would you get into a relationship your freshman year in college, right? But I found this girl, and I really had a good connection with her, and I just wanted to see where things go, and, you know, it ended up festering into a relationship, right? And throughout the relationship, I've learned so much about myself, man. I learned so much from that one relationship, and it's helped me throughout my whole life. Dang near, man, it's helped me so much, and I'm sure it helped her as well. I wish her nothing but the best. But, you know, I made a mistake, man. I cheated. Just out the gate, I cheated, man. I cheated on her. You know, I'm surrounded by so many girls in college. The temptations is there, and I gave in, right? I cheated. And, you know, I worked hard to get her back. And, you know, I ended up breaking up with her again because I was about to cheat. You know what I'm saying? So that was a mistake there. You know, and the lesson there was to just be honest, man. Like, just be honest. You know, I tried to be honest, and I tried to express that, you know, I felt some type of way, or, you know, I was losing interest. I expressed that, you know, my communication was pretty thorough, but, you know, I tried to brush over those feelings and stay in something that, you know, I didn't really want to stay in. And eventually I did leave, but, you know, I made a mistake there, man. I made a misjudge. I made a miscalculation. I didn't know that, you know, I could go all 4 years and be in a relationship at a HBCU at that. There's girls, you see a new black girl every day, and they just be looking crazy. You get what I'm saying? A young brother be like, dang. A young brother be like, dang, right? But I made that mistake, man. You know, I made that I didn't realize that I was going to HBCU, and you know it was gonna be, you feel me? I didn't realize that at the time, so you know, hey man. But I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful. You gotta be thankful for your mistakes too. Like you can't really look at them as a failure. You get what I'm saying? Because failure is gonna happen, dude. Like I'm reading this book right now, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, right, by Mark Mason, and this guy Mark Mason, he's estimated to be worth $2 million. He has this best-selling New York. This is a #1 New York Times bestseller, right? And you know, throughout the book, he's explaining to the reader that, you know, he didn't have any clear direction. He didn't have any clear purpose. Um, it was a point in time in his life where he was just, you know, living on people's couches. He didn't know what he was doing. He didn't have any money. You know what I'm saying? He was chasing women. He was smoking weed. You know, it was a point where he was just at a low point in his life. But, you know, he decided that he wasn't going to let that affect him. He wasn't going to let that hinder him, right? So he made the choice to reinvent himself, to, you know what I'm saying, start doing things and start going out, you know. And, you know, it was a particular section in this book where he talked about, you know, he was a nomad for a period of his life. And basically what a nomad is like you don't have no prominent place where you stay. You're usually traveling, you're on the go. So what you'll do is you might go to Egypt this week, get a hotel there, and then the next week you might go to Europe or something, you know. And the next week you might go to Australia. Like you're just a nomad. You don't really have a place of stay. Your purpose is just to keep going around and traveling, right? So he said that at the point in his life, you know, that was important to him, and then he realized that it wasn't important to him anymore, right? And I say all this to say that, hey man, success is a choice. You know what I'm saying? Working out is a choice. Being, you know what I'm saying, being fat and being in shape is a choice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a choice. You know, I had a choice to make this video, and I had a choice to go watch the game, and I chose to make this video, right? So you got a choice, man. So just keep trying, and it'll work out. And my final point here is the opportunity to grow, and I kind of mentioned this in my first point, that you learn, and this is the most important one. This is the most important because it is the most effective. It shows you, it just shows you growth for real. It shows you that you've learned from your mistake. It shows you that, you know, you're not gonna keep making the same mistake over and over again. And that's the most important lesson that from making mistakes. It's okay to make them, but it's not okay to keep making them. You get what I'm saying? So it's an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to learn. Like I said, it's an opportunity to, you know, reevaluate yourself and examine, you know, what's been working and what hasn't been working, and, you know, what to do next and what not to do next, you know. So it's an opportunity to grow, man. You really want to grow throughout this life. You shouldn't look back at your life and be the same person the last 2 years than you are from now. You know what I'm saying? Each year you should look back and be like, okay, dang. And, you know, take pictures. Have pictures, too, of how you looked at this time, and, you know, what you were doing at this time, and look, oh, dang, man, I've really grown. So when you look back at those pictures, you can say that, dang, man, I've really grown from, you know, I used to smoke weed back then. I used to drink. Now I don't even do that. I just focus on, you know, school. I focus on my studies. I focus on working. This is just an example, by the way. I focus on working, and I've grown so much, man. I've grown so much, and that's the purpose of life, man. You want to grow. You don't want to stay the same. You don't want to stay stagnant. You want to grow, because when you can grow, you can help other people grow. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was a point in time, and I'm gonna go over this in another video, my college experience. I don't know when I want to drop that, because currently I'm a senior in college. I don't know if I want to drop that now or if I want to drop that, you know, later, when I graduate. But you know, it was a point in time though where, you know, I was living crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was chasing girls. I was smoking weed. I was partying. I was drinking. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, it took me growing up. It took me maturing. It took me reevaluating my morals and you know, what I believed in for me to change. And sometimes you got to do that, man. You got to go back. You got to look internally. You got to do a deep dive, right? And it's a lot of work. I'm not saying that this is easy at all, but I put in the grunt work because I wanted to change. I wanted to change, dude. I wanted to change. So I went and I did the grunt work, you know. I put my head down. I said, nah, I got to change my ways, man. I can't keep doing what I've been doing because that's not going to get me anywhere in life. I'm just going to be like everybody else. And I don't want to be like everybody else. And I don't want y'all to be like everybody else as well. So, hey, man, take these lessons, man. Utilize them. It's okay to make mistakes. Always keep that in the back of your mind. It's okay to make mistakes and stop being so hard on yourselves, man. Because some of y'all is doing some great things in this world and you don't even realize it. And I fall victim to that too. Like, I'm doing some great things and sometimes I'll brush it over off of one mistake that I made. You get what I'm saying? Why would I do that when I'm doing this, I'm doing that? I'm making people laugh. I'm giving out knowledge. I'm giving out game. You know, making art. Why would I, you get what I'm saying? Like, why would I let one mistake, you know, diminish all the successes that I've had in my life? Get me? But hey, man, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe down below. Join the movement. Without further ado, I'm signing out. Peace.